looks like Disney and Lucasfilm are finally admitting some fault and that fans need some healing going into 2019. 2019 looks to be a very good year, for these past few years for Lucasfilm and Disney have not been very good at all. It's been pretty damn depressing, honestly, to be a Star Wars fan. But more depressing news, but in kind of a good news way, I guess. LEGO Star Wars Days are canceled. This is news coming from rebelscum.com, and they're reporting that the official word has come to Rebel Scum from Lucasfilm that 2018 would be the last year that they would do them. And this is a LEGO Star Wars Days. So the last one was hosted in a Legoland Discovery, and yeah, no more. So if you were a fan of that, sorry, that's not a thing anymore. I'm not a big Lego Star Wars fan, but I like, I liked them as a kid, but a lot of people still like that and enjoy it. There's a big market for it. But they say that an unnamed source at Disney has suggested that the motivation was to refocus expenditure and limit Star Wars exposure to reset the franchise and allow fans to heal. Pretty important right there. That's the most important quote from the entire article that Rebel Scum has put out, is that, they want Disney, the people inside Disney, that the motivation to get rid of the LEGO Star Wars Days is so fans can heal and, kind of limit the exposure. Now, compare this to 2015. Compare this to 2016. I kid you not, you couldn't go a day, even if you weren't a Star Wars fan, without seeing a Star Wars trailer, for a show, for a toy, for a movie. It was everywhere. You didn't get a lot of the stuff with the Han Solo film. Disney reportedly was expecting it to fail before the film even came out, or Lucasfilm was expecting it to fail. So that wasn't, that had a lot of bad stuff going into it. So they didn't promote that one too much. They did great promoting with The Last Jedi, Rogue One, everything else, the Rebels, the toys, everything else has been great with promotion, except for that Han Solo film. And so now it's completely different. What we had 4 years ago of promotion for everything that's Star Wars. Now they're taking it back. They're like, oh, no more LEGO Star Wars Days. We gotta let the fans heal. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, well, what are we healing from? Because you've never really said, hey, what went wrong? You've always said that, people at Lucasfilm have said, if you don't like The Last Jedi, it's because you're sexist, you're racist, and you're misogynist, and all this stuff. It's these white males, these old white guys. That's what they've been saying. Well, so if you're defending yourself in The Last Jedi, then what are we healing from? Are we healing from the Solo film? Well, we didn't like that film because we didn't like what happened with The Last Jedi. That's what a lot of people are feeling. So this is pretty crazy. It's interesting to see this stuff. Now, Rebel Scum is not, the cream of the crop in terms of news reporting, but I don't see why they would ever lie about this stuff. And, I always say take this stuff with a grain of salt. This seems to line up a little bit better, though, if they get the official word from Lucasfilm that 2018 is the last year to do the LEGO stuff. I'm assuming these people know a lot about Legos, because I sure as hell don't. So 2018 is last year for the LEGO Star Wars Days, and in that, an inside Disney source says that, fans need to heal. And we've heard this before from other people inside of Lucasfilm. And this came around the time that, they were looking for Kathleen Kennedy's replacement, and, we never could confirm if that stuff was true or not, but then it came out that actually her contract's extending, so that her last contract was running out, so maybe they were looking for different people to replace her, like J.J. Abrams. So a lot of crazy stuff has happened for Star Wars. I will admit, though, I think 2019 is going to be a good year. It looks to be turning around for the better. I hope so. I really hope 2019 will be a good turnaround year for Star Wars. And honestly, I do think this is a good move by Disney to take away LEGO Star Wars Days. You can criticize them all you want for what they've done in the past. This is a good move in terms of limiting the exposure of Star Wars, because the biggest problem we had with it was you're oversaturating the market. You're putting out a film every year until the day I die, and it's like, dude, we're gonna get tired of Star Wars. There is a thing called too much. And that's kind of what Star Wars became, a movie every year. The Star Wars fatigue is a real thing. So, as much, even as me, I love Star Wars, but I don't want to live, breathe, and die Star Wars. There's other things in life. So, they really kind of went crazy when they got Star Wars. Everyone got their own movie, and it's nice to see them turning around saying, all right, well, the fans got to heal. We got to dial it back a little bit. It seems like Disney's taking charge of Lucasfilm, instead of it being like, well, we're going to let Lucasfilm kind of do its own thing. It seems that since Bob Iger's announced that, they're going to stop doing one movie a year, they've really turned things around and handled things. That Chuck Wedding guy, or whatever the hell his name is, talking a lot of crap about Republicans and everything, saying they should go die and eat shit and whatnot. He got fired. from people at Marvel and the Marvel Comics and all this stuff. Everything's just kind of changed these past few months for the better. And I think that's because Bob Iger's really stepped in and gotten himself involved. So, interesting turn of events. Tell me your thoughts below. What do you guys think of all this? Is it really happening? Is it not? I'm Star Wars only. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.